All right, welcome to part two on inserting information into your Google site. Right now, I'm going to show you how to do some of that stuff. So, at this point, we should have our skeleton pages. You might not have content in yours. Some of you may have went ahead and did that. That's okay. Um, on the home page here, what I want you guys to put for our class is basically an overview of explaining the purpose of your website and really how people are going to use it or why they're going to come to your website or really why you're having a website. What's the main reason? When you're done with this kind of course, you can make that whatever you want. You may want to make it more kid friendly or parent friendly or whatever your audience is. Remember, we talked about audience in the class. So that's always important when you're doing your homepage. So you can go ahead, edit your homepage to whatever you like. I just have this little blurb in here for now, but remember, make sure you explain the purpose for our class. Okay, so let me go through some of these pages here. I want to show you how to insert content. So I'm going to go to homework and projects page right now. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to the insert tab. Now there's a couple things we can insert here. One of them is an image. That's pretty straightforward. You insert an image similar to how you attach a document to an email. You just go to images, choose file, you find your file, your image file, and you hit OK. Alternatively, you can click on the web address URL, and if you find an image on another website, you can actually just paste in the URL right there, and then hit OK, and the image will pop up. Once you actually insert an image, just so you guys know, do I have any images on here? Okay, I found my image. I'm gonna hit upload. Okay, and it's gonna pop in my image. Now my image is huge, way too big here. So I'm gonna go down to medium, let's say. All right, and then that's gonna see right here. Once I click on the image, I get this little toolbar down here. It lets me kind of change some of the properties. Small, medium, large, or original. Original's way too big. I'm gonna stick with medium here. I'm going to choose centering to center my image. And one of the other things I can do, wrapping text. So the wrapping text allows me to choose whether the text is kind of going around the image or it kind of the image pushes the text out of the way. So a couple other things here. Let's go actually get rid of my image. All right. I'm going to go to insert again. I have a couple other things. Hyperlink, obviously you can type something. You can highlight it, and you can go to Insert, Link, and it can say, all right, do you want an existing page in your website? Do you want a web address? Or an apps script, which is a new feature, actually, I just saw right now. So you can go ahead, and now the other thing is choose open this link in a new window. A lot of times when you want to have a link that's external, which means it's leaving your site, you want to open up that in a new window so then people don't actually leave your site. They actually, can get the other page, but when they close that out, your page will be behind it or in the other tab or whatever it is. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Table of contents. That's good if you have a lot of things on your page. You want to kind of, have links within your page to jump to other sections of the same page. Subpage listing. If you're not using subpages, that doesn't mean anything to you. If you're using subpages, remember I said last video, the subpage is if you have chemistry, and then a subpage of that is homework. A subpage of chemistry is also assignments. A subpage of chemistry is also calendar. You can kind of list those subpages within your main chemistry page or whatever it is. Horizontal line is exactly what it says. It kind of breaks up your page with a line. AdSense is for using advertisements. You're probably not going to use that for the purpose of this kind of website. If you did want to make a commercial website, definitely use AdSense. It's a good way to make a couple extra bucks and also advertise other people's products, and then in turn you could take that money that you make and advertise your own website on other people's sites. It's kind of a good give and take relationship. Calendar. What we can do here is we can go to insert in a calendar, and it will actually insert any of the calendars that you've put on your Google Calendar. So for instance, if I go ahead and hit Stony Brook, I hit select, I hit save, and you can change all these different things here. I'm going to hit that, and I hit save up at the top, it will actually show all the events on my calendar. So if you wanted to go ahead, I'm just going to go back to edit. If you wanted to go ahead and put all your events, like your tests, your homework, your quizzes, when projects are due, you could go ahead and do that and share that with your students. They wouldn't see your personal calendar, providing that you put everything in Google Calendar in that proper category that you're sharing with your class. Okay, so insert, we could also do maps, pretty straightforward. Picasa photos. Now, I know in last class we worked on the Picasa a little bit. There was an option in Picasa to upload things to an online photo service similar to like Flickr or WebShots or Snapfish or Shutterfly. Google has their own called Picasa. You can actually bring down photos and slideshows from there. You see how I have document, presentation, and spreadsheet here. If you have anything in your Google Docs account, whether it's a document, presentation, or spreadsheet, you can actually embed the document directly into your website if you wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with a document. I have a lot of different things in here. Let's just say I wanted to do here's one I can insert, social media for high school. Alright, I hit save. I hit save again up here. And now my actual document, it's kind of cut off a little bit because I'm kind of truncating the window. Alright, but you can see you can kind of scroll over, scroll up and down, and it's now embedded in my website. If I had this in full screen mode, you'd be able to see the whole thing. Okay, I'm going to go to edit page. Let's get rid of that. I'll show you the next thing. Remember, you just click on something. You have your properties here. I also have remove. Okay, go to insert. I could also do a form. I can also do videos. So if I want to insert a YouTube video, I can just go and find that video on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. YouTube.com. And I'm going to find an important video here. Okay. Double rainbow. I want to use this video. So I'm going to scroll up to the top, the very top. I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to go to back to my Google page, go to insert, video, YouTube, paste it in, hit save again up here, and now I can play my video from my web page. Alright, and it should go. Just give it a second. Okay? Alright, now if your school district blocks YouTube, then unfortunately your videos will not work in school. But that doesn't mean that if the kids go to the website outside of school that they won't work, because they will, providing there is no filter. Okay, I'm going to go back down here. There's a couple other things you can do in Google. You can insert recent posts. Again, that would be more for your blog page. Updated files, again, that would be more for your file cabinet type of page. And recent list items, that would be more for your list type of page. You can insert a text box now. They do get a little weird, though. I will kind of warn you. So I'm going to write test text box. Hit save. And now you have your text box. You can move it to the right, the center, the left. Again, turning wrap on or wrap off will change the way the text behaves around it. And I'm just going to hit remove. Now, the cool part, let's get into the fun part here, is the gadgets. So I go to gadgets. And now I have a bunch of different gadgets that I can add in. Now, if you're in elementary, I highly recommend using the fish. Okay. We got a little fish here. I hit OK. And now I hit save. And now we have our own set of classroom fish. And the nice thing is if you just click with your mouse, you could feed the fish. And they go and they go and get fed. Now, this is a nice thing to do with kids, especially if you have a smartboard in your room. They love to go ahead and feed the fish. It's also a good way to entice them to come to the website. If you like, what I like doing with the kids is I go back, let me go to edit. I'm going to go and I'm going to actually remove a gadget. I'll show you one more time. If you go in here, you can actually change the color, and you can have up to a bunch of different fish in here. So maybe each kid or each, you know, you can get up to 10 fish. So you can get each kid to get a fish, or every 2 kids to get a fish, and then they're responsible, and they can kind of name them, and they have some kind of ownership. And the best part is these fish, you know, are never going to be floating at the top of a fish tank, and there's never going to be that awkward, you know, moment with the kids or anything like that. So it's it's a good way to kind of have that interaction, but you know, not have that heartache that they have to experience or anything like that at a very young age. I'm going to go back to the directory. So there's a couple other things in here too. There's weather ones. You could search for ones. There's featured ones. The featured ones are pretty good. You know, some of these things. There's also, if I go to tools, you can look at some of these other tools. If I type in education, here's ones that relate to education. Some of these are great. Some of these are kind of not so great. So, I mean, just like if you ever use the Android market, there's a lot on here that are user-based. You know, you kind of have to sift through them. But there's a couple gadgets that you could really find that might come in handy here. So, again, you can kind of peruse through that. Once you find one you like, you click on it, and you insert it into your page. So that's the gadgets. Okay, so that's that. Formatting we went through. Tables is pretty much straightforward. And again, I know we went through the layout last time. Okay, so I'm going to hit save on my page here. And I'm going to actually show the more actions section, because I know a lot of you were wondering about how to configure your navigation here on your left. So I'm going to go to more actions, and I'm going to go down to manage site. Okay, the main part you want to kind of focus on here is the site layout. So down here on site layout, I'm going to click on that. Whoa. Hit the wrong button there. Okay. And you have a couple things. Right here you have change site layout. This allows you to kind of change the way your site is kind of, well, laid out. So right here you have your header. Include the following in the header. We have our alignment here. We have the default theme value. This is where it says, you know, in my case, Mr. H's site. You know, maybe it says your name. You could have a horizontal navigation bar if you want. It's really up to you. If you don't choose that, you're not going to have, you know, little tabs across the top. If you choose that, you'll have the ability to actually have 2 navigations, one across the top and one up and down on the side. So right now the sidebar is on the left. We can choose it to the right. We can give it more space. You know, pixels, I'm not really going to get too involved with that, but it's really just the higher the number, the more space it gets. We can choose to have a footer if we'd like, all that kind of fun stuff in here. I'm going to keep the horizontal and the left sidebar on for now. So if I wanted to change the horizontal navigation bar, I hit edit content right up here, and right now I have nothing on it. But if I wanted to, I can go to hit add page, and I can choose some of my pages to be across the top horizontally. I'll just put the extra help one for now. And I'll just do the, I don't know, resources one, just so you guys can see when I'm all done. Now, do I want boxes, tabs, or links? I like tabs, so I'm going to hit OK. And now I have that on the top. Just so you guys see what it looks like. Make sure I hit Save Changes. I always forget to do that. Make sure you don't. Okay, now if I go back, look, I have 1, 2 on the top as well. Okay, let's just go back to that page we were before. Okay, I'm going to go back to Site Layout, and I'm going to go to Edit Navigation on my sidebar here. So I hit Edit. Now, some of you may have this checked right now, automatically organize my navigation. If you want to change the order of your navigation, you're going to want to uncheck this box. Uncheck this box, and then you could go ahead and move these pages around in the order that you like. Up and down on the right hand side. Maybe you want to make this a sub page. You just hit that and move that over left and right to make sub pages. You can even add URLs for pages that are outside your website. For instance, the Sachem homepage link obviously is outside my website, so I can hit that button to move that around. Again, you could also change the colors and themes and the fonts right here as well. And that's really just how to customize your web page. keep working on it for the next couple of weeks, and you'll be set. Thank you.